Today I'm going to make a winter squash stir fry. I will be using this beauty that we received in one of our shares. It was called the Georgia Candy Roaster. It is perfect for this dish because it is sweet. You can use any hard winter squash like butternut squash. Something that's sweet works better because the stir fry is a little sweetish. My mom used to make this dish with lots of onions and serve it over lentils and rice. We kind of cut them into matchsticks. I have here about 3 cups of peeled and matchsticked, slightly thick matchsticks of the squash. I have about a cup and a half of sliced onions, just yellow onions we received at the CSA, and a dried chili. The chili is more for bringing a smoky flavor and not really the heat. Maybe a little bit of the heat will come through. I have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil here on medium heat, to which I'm going to add about a teaspoon of ghee. Then to that, the warm oil, I will add the whole red chili and kind of let it smoke a bit in the hot oil. Then I will add the sliced onions. Move the onions around a bit in that oil. And we will let the onions wilt a little bit. I'm adding about half a teaspoon of salt. The onions have cooked for about a couple of minutes and they're wilting. To that I will add all of the squash. Move it around. The heat is a little slightly less than medium. I will add another half a teaspoonish of salt. Mix it together. I will move it around. I will now cover it, and I will move it around every 3 or 4 minutes until the squash is cooked. It's been 3 minutes and I am tossing the vegetables around. Check for doneness. And if the vegetables, I'm turning up the heat on a little bit, I'm seeing the vegetables are already starting to get cooked. If they brown a little bit, the bottoms, that's all right, that's actually perfect. We want a little bit of browning at the bottom. This looks done. It's been about 5 more minutes. I did check in between to see that I wasn't burning the vegetables. This looks done. The vegetables should look whole, but they kind of disintegrate upon touching. So this is done. I'm gonna give it a quick taste. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt and just a pinch of sugar. Toss it around and the vegetables are done. I'm going to serve the vegetables, the stir-fried vegetables, over some lentils and rice. Lentils and rice are the comfort food of India. There are dozens of kinds of lentils, and every household has their own lentil and rice recipe. In my house, my mom always served it with some stir-fried vegetables and some pan-fried fish. Today I'm going to cook, I'm going to serve it over some of these red lentils. I cooked half a cup of these lentils. I first soaked half a cup of these red lentils in about 2 cups of water, and then I cooked them in using about a teaspoon of salt and a pinch of turmeric. They cooked until the beans looked whole, but when you touch them, they sort of disintegrate. I have balanced this soup ladle here with it has about a tablespoon of olive oil in it, and I am heating it. Once the oil is heated up, I will add about a teaspoon of nigella seeds, and I will let the nigella seeds kind of heat up and perfume the oil. We don't want to burn the spice, but we want to heat them enough so that it perfumes the oil. Now that if you see the oil is kind of sizzling around the spices, at that point I will dunk all the oil and the spices into the oil. This is a traditional way, a very traditional way of spicing dal in India. After I've stirred it around, add about a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, and the red lentils are done. Today I'll serve the stir-fry vegetables with some rice, the lentils, and some pan-fried fish. This is the comfort food I grew up with in India. The lentil soup here, you can just serve it as a soup with bread or rice. It's very good.